Hi vlog, it is Sarah. I am back with another yappy vlog. This time I'm kind of excited for how this kind of came about, only because context, I was cleaning my little crafting room and I was like, oh my goodness, I kind of found these, which I'll explain a bit. These, which it's a product that I've been sitting on technically for since this November, December-ish, and it's currently April right now, so obviously I have been kind of holding back, and I think just seeing this product was a good reminder of there's never going to be the perfect time, so I might as well just launch it anyways and kind of talk about why I even created it in the first place and not be scared of what other people might think, because this is something that I actually use myself and things that I've been trying to do, whatever. But let me explain the products, then you'll kind of get a little bit more context about this. I know I'm trying to beat around the bush about it, but let me just jump into it. So I've been noticing on Kilig Ko, I do a lot of posts of affirmations that are reflective of my journey and why I even started Kilig Ko, because for context, I really needed to kind of have a space that I learned to love myself. So Kilig Ko is really a love letter to myself and all this healing, because it kind of grew from a dark place of mine where I wasn't loving myself. It was not the best point in my life, and essentially it was that fake it till you make it kind of attitude where if I'm able to build something where I learn to love myself, eventually also learn to love myself eventually, even the things that I'm preaching isn't necessarily what I'm practicing, but self-love is a long healing journey, and so all of it has been in an effort to kind of help me embrace my identity and self-love and everything, and also help other people along the way too, and which is what's been happening, because a lot of the affirmation posts get a lot of traction I see on social media. So it's not just me, there is a need for this, and other people kind of resonate with these same feelings that they have. And so this is actually how this product came about. So I have a couple samples. So I've never shown anybody this really, so YouTube get first look at this. So it says your daily kilig. Let me see if I could let it focus. So there was a couple different iterations and stylings, I guess, for this, but yeah. So this one, it says your daily kilig. It's a little box, so the decks are actually over here, and I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But it says learn Tagalog, learn love, and learn you. So I think one thing for me at least is I'm really trying to learn Tagalog. I am practicing a lot, and I'm kind of embarrassed to speak in Tagalog on camera, but I think I'll eventually do more vlogs, or I'll script the vlog in Tagalog and then try reading it out, because obviously I'm not fluent, but this was kind of my attempt to normalize that kind of conversation of learning how to love yourself. It also means learning how to learn Tagalog or Filipino or whatever the dialect that your family kind of learns, etc., or that they know. But yeah, so this is kind of my way of combining the two elements, because I feel like, for me at least, it's kind of combined. For example, it's I don't know Tagalog, so I don't feel as Filipino, because people kind of judge when you don't know the language, etc. So it's how can I even love myself when it's I don't even feel comfortable in my own skin, and how I, as a Filipino American, kind of grew up, I feel there's a lot of pressure, etc. And so this is kind of my way of learning, again, loving myself, but also learning Tagalog and not kind of being hindered by what people kind of say about me, or how I feel whenever get the judgy titos or titas when they're oh, marunong Tagalog, and I'm oh, konti lang po, or whatever. I don't even know if I said that right, but anyways, this is my kind of idea of at least trying and also reflecting. So journaling has been a huge part of how I've been able to kind of express my feelings and just brain dumping a lot of things. So I encourage you, if you would like to just brain dump your thoughts and journaling, this is kind of a starter kind of thing to it-ish. But yeah, I mean, there's different ways to journal, junk journaling, etc. But here's just kind of basic prompts. But for example, when you get this deck, it's a technically, or here, I'll read it. So, or actually I could show it first. I feel like a makeup guru. I don't know if you can read that, but I'll read it out loud. Anyways, I'll hold. It says, Your Daily Kilig, a 30-day healing deck by Kilig Ko. Your Daily Kilig is a 30-day affirmation and reflection deck created by Kilig Ko, made to help Filipinos across the diaspora reconnect with their roots, language, and sense of self-worth. Each card is written in Tagalog and English, designed to guide you through a gentle daily affirmation of self-love, reflection, and healing. So that's that. And then on the back, if it posts, objective: to heal, create a space for Filipinos to release pressure, guilt, and perfectionism passed down through generations, to reconnect, reclaim a Filipino language with gentleness, affirmation, and identity, not just instruction, to build ritual, encourage 5 minutes a day for reflection, grounding, and learning, to love, redefine kilig as something deeper, joy, belonging, and the spark of coming home to yourself. How it works: draw a card each morning, read your daily affirmation aloud in Tagalog and English, use the reflection prompts that invite journaling, mindfulness, or quiet thought, display it using the stand, and let it be a reminder for the day. Repeat for 30 days. When you finish, shuffle and begin again. Each day becomes a small act of returning to yourself. So I have these like little wooden things, so technically let's do the first one. So this one, again, let's focus. Mahal ko ang sarili ko. Sorry, Tagalog. Mahal ko ang sarili ko. And then it says, I love myself, the real me, not the perfect one. And then reflect. What do I love most about who I am today? What parts of me need more love and patience? How can I show myself love in action this week? And for me, let me just answer it off the top of my head. I was not ready to pull this one. What do I love most about who I am today? I think for me, I love that I'm very creative. I'm not gonna kind of tie it to like anything else, because sometimes I feel like I always tie who I am to the things that I'm building or like achievements, etc. But mine's like, you know, really personality wise. Like I think I love that I'm kind of trying to be a child again, in the sense of just like creating for fun. So I think that's kind of what I love about, you know, most who I am today, just being creative, whether it's like physical, like digitally, dancing. I can't sing, but I'm trying to sing to learn Tagalog, etc. But I think that's what I love most about who I am today. Just getting creative with like anything and everything, and just trying to bring more of that analog creative back into my life, whether it's just coloring, etc. I kind of like that now. What parts of me need more love and patience? Ooh, I think there's a lot of me that needs more love and patience. I think I'm very hard on myself, but I think maybe it's the part of me that keeps comparing myself to others and that I'm not good enough. I feel like I truly need to be okay with the progress of how life is going, and I feel like, you know, you are a product of your environment. I've seen studies where, like, for example, it's like your environment truly shapes who you are. For example, if you're near like New York or LA, it's really in that hustle mindset. You go anywhere else with a slower pace of, like, for example, when you go to Japan, it kind of encourages you to be more like minimalistic, etc., stuff like that. And so I feel like me living in LA in general, I feel like that hustle culture has been all I've ever known since I was like younger and everything. So I think that just needs to be something that I reframe, because then it really gets me in my head of like overthinking and just constantly never being enough, like regardless of like, you know, things that I've done in the past. Like it's like, you know, on paper it might look good, like, oh, going to UCLA, like graduating, etc., and stuff like that, building a business. But I feel like I'm so quick to compare myself to like, oh, like, you know, kids who are like 18, 19, whatever, and like they're millionaires, or they knew exactly what they wanted to do from the start, because that wasn't me. And I feel like that's a part of me that does need a little bit more patience, because I need to kind of still, again, reframe my mindset, because right now I'm always like, just, it's a constant battle of like never feeling enough. And so that's also, you know, again, why I'm even building Kilig Ko, because I need to kind of stop that mentality. And then how can I show myself love in action this week? I think just moving my body. I have been so in the hustle of like, okay, work, this and that like sometimes I forget to stand up, or even just like, you know, take a little stretch, breather, drink enough water. And so I think this week my goal is to drink enough water every single day, and at least walk a mile. I know I should be getting more steps than that, but I think the goal is every day this week, at least a mile, or maybe like 15 to 20 minutes of like a Pilates YouTube video or whatever. But yeah, so that is the deck that I kind of wanted to share with you all and see if, you know, if it ever comes to fruition. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. But yeah, for example here, I can show you some other ones. Ooh. May tahanan sa puso mo. Your heart is home. This one, may pag-asa sa bawat umaga. Hope returns every morning. So yeah, that's a little deck that I have here. And then I actually have other versions of it, just to kind of see like what it looks like. So perhaps I will actually do some content on these, and these are just different decks. Content on these, and you know, maybe if people like it enough, I will actually, you know, bring it into fruition and officially kind of launch it. But yeah, that's kind of one thing that I've been sitting on for a while because I was like, I don't know when the perfect time is. But I think now I'm like, okay, I don't know why it had to be me finding it when I was like cleaning my room, but this project is particularly special to me because I feel like it's something that I want to continually be doing and also sharing it with other people, like learning Tagalog and learning to love yourself, because again, journaling has been a huge part of my kind of like whole identity and reflecting about like myself and how I view myself, and I would love to be able to kind of share some of those things that I've been doing at least, and you know, how I'm kind of practicing self-love, since you know that's what I want Kilig Ko to be all about. So that's all for now. Thank you all for watching. Perhaps in another video I can go through more affirmations and more of these and kind of answer some of these prompts myself. But yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next vlog.